Alright, Crow here, and this is my Nintendo 64 game collection. Actually, me and my wife's. I'm not a really big fan of the Nintendo 64. I don't have too many games down here, but the ones I do, I feel are really good. But my wife has some upstairs too, so we'll check that out too. But let's see, I got, this is 1080 Snowboarding. I actually played that a little bit. I was surprised by how good it was, I think. That's why I decided to keep it. Banjo-Kazooie is the classic game. I don't have Banjo-Tooie, which I'll have to keep an eye out for, apparently. Bust-A-Move 99. Actually, I don't know why I kept it. I don't like how they use the name Bust-A-Move instead of Puzzle Bobble for some of these games. I got Castlevania, which actually was a little bit better than I thought. Conker's Bad Fur Day, the classic N64 game that everybody loves. Let's see, down here we got, what's that? Cruisin' Exotica, Cruisin' USA and Cruisin' the World, the trilogy of cruising games on the Nintendo 64. I actually like those games in the arcade, which is why I have them here in this collection as well. Diddy Kong Racing, which I actually like, but I really haven't played as much as Mario Kart, so I need to put more time into that, I think. Maybe, I don't know when. Donkey Kong 64, actually pretty good game, and I'm really impressed by the introductory song, the Donkey Kong rap, so how to keep it, if not just for that. Dr. Mario 64, I really need to put more time into this, because I like Dr. Mario, but this version is a little bit different, and I just really need to sit down and play it, I think. F-Zero X, I really was impressed by this game. However, it came out about the same time Wipeout did, I think. Actually, I played Wipeout first and then this, and Wipeout seemed to blow it away for me. I didn't like this game over Wipeout, so it took me a long time to really warm up to this game, but I did. GoldenEye, the classic GoldenEye that I really haven't played because it's a first-person shooter, and I don't like using controllers for first-person shooters, but I really haven't played it, so maybe it's a little bit different now for me to play. Killer Instinct Gold, I like Killer Instinct. That's the only reason I'm keeping this. I really haven't played this otherwise, just for the fact that it's interesting. Kirby, the Crystal Shards. Again, another Kirby game. I'm keeping the Kirby games, even though I really haven't played them because they seem like great games. This, if you can't tell, is Majora's Mask for Zelda, and it's really one of my least favorite Zelda games. Don't want to hear about it, but I'm not a really big fan of that game. I'm not a big fan of Ocarina of Time either. I don't like the Nintendo 64 Zelda games, but really, they're not that bad. I have played them, not all the way through, but at the time they came out, I really didn't like them because they weren't like the Super Nintendo ones. I didn't like... it's a story for another time, but whatever. Magical Tetris Challenge, which is a Disney Tetris game by Capcom. I'll have to put that in and plug that in. It always seemed interesting, but I never really played it. Mario Golf. Here we go. Crooked Cam. Mario Golf. Again, it's one of those games. I like golf games. I never really had a chance to play it. I've played the other ones, but I really want to... Even if I don't really like this one, I'll probably still keep it because I like the other Mario Golf games. Mario Kart 64 is actually not bad of a game, but it's not by far my favorite at all, but it's not bad. I take that back. It is a little bit better than... Now that I'm thinking about it, we did have some good times playing this multiplayer back in the day, so it's worth keeping. I'm saying that like I'm going to get rid of it, and there's no way that's going to happen. Mario Tennis. I think this is the game that introduced Wario, of all things. But yeah, still fun. Mortal Kombat 4. Actually, don't know why I'm keeping it on this system. Don't think I used to have it on the PlayStation, but back in the day, but I don't have it on the PlayStation anymore, which is probably why I'm keeping this version. It's probably better than the PlayStation version anyway, since the PlayStation version has load times. And here is Mortal Kombat Trilogy, and I'd still like to get the PlayStation version someday, because they both have two different hidden characters. I really haven't played it, but I got this at through some trade at the Video Game Summit, so I decided to keep it. NFL Blitz 2001, is it? Yeah, I had both 2000 and 2001, but I decided just to keep one of them. And so I kept the later iteration. NFL Blitz is a fun game. And I think it goes perfectly on the Nintendo 64 with the way it looks and everything. After that, we got Paperboy. I don't remember too much about it. I remember playing it and deciding to keeping it, but that's all I remember. Pilot Wing 64. This is a pretty good update to the classic SNES game. I still prefer the SNES game, but this is still fun. Pokemon Puzzle League. Some kind of puzzle game that I really don't remember. I think I just kept it because it was a puzzle game. Robotron 64, which I keep hearing is a really, really, really great Robotron game. A great spin on it. And I'm inclined to believe it with the footage I've seen, but I just haven't played it myself. Rush San Francisco. It says Rush Extreme. This is San Francisco Rush Extreme Racing. San Francisco is written really small, and in the camera you see glare there. But again, this is another game that fits really well on the Nintendo 64, I think. And it's also why I kept the Rush 2. I played that in the arcade. What's Rush 2? Extreme Racing USA. So I think this might be a home only release. Because I remember Rush to Rock. I don't remember that one, though. No, I can't get it in here. That's what she said. Oh, that always is a funny joke, isn't it? Okay, there we go. But yeah, San Francisco Rush I played in arcade a lot, so I'm going to keep that one too. I think I have it on the Dreamcast too, but I'll get to that when I get to that. Star Fox 64. I actually am not... I really need to play this again to the point to where I can understand what's going on, because right now I like the original Star Fox more than Star Fox 64. But once they got to the free roam mode, I really didn't like it. But again, maybe it was just I wasn't expecting it. Maybe now that I expect it, it'll be a little bit different. Super Mario 64, the most overrated Mario game in history. To me, when this came out, I was pissed off that everybody was saying this is the greatest Mario game in history, and I still to this day prefer the 2D Marios to any of the 3D ones. And it's what didn't turn me over to the 3D ones wasn't until I saw Super Mario Galaxy. That was when I said, okay, now there is a 3D Mario game done right. I just didn't like that they were radically changing a game series I really liked. But to be fair, it is a good game. I'm trying to be objective, but I'm trying to be opinionated and objective at the same time, and you just can't do it. But it's worth keeping. It really is. So, Super Smash Brothers. I remember seeing people play that in college and not really wanting to run out and buy Nintendo 64. Actually, at this point, I'd already sold mine off when this came out, so I was kind of ignoring it. But then I couldn't ignore it once Melee came out. So this is really just to have, just as a reminder of what the series started out as. Tetrasphere looked like a really interesting game, and it actually turned out to be not that great. I don't know if you can see it because of glare. This is it. So yeah, Tetrasphere, and I just pulled it out. So am I going to have the same trouble putting this back in? No! For some reason that was a lot easier. What we got here? Top Gear Rally 2. I just kept it because it was a racing game. Wave Race 64. Actually, I was really impressed by Wave Race 64 when it first came out. To me, this was one of the games worth having at launch. And worth keeping the system for. I really liked it. It was really impressive. Wipeout 64 wound up being a lot better than I thought. And a lot of people think I'm crazy, but I still prefer the PlayStation version of Wipeout XL. I don't know what it is. It looks better to me. And people say I'm crazy because they're like, oh, the Nintendo 64 version is much better. No, to me, the PlayStation version looks better. But that's not to say it's a bad game. I really like it, and that's why it's still in my collection. Yoshi's Story. This is one of those games where my friend played this game, hates it or something. I don't know. I really haven't played it. I'm keeping it because it's a Yoshi game, and even if I wanted to get rid of it, my wife wouldn't let me get rid of it because she likes Yoshi. So there you go. Let me jump up and see what we got is in the form of boxes for these games. All right, only have a few boxes here. I got a box for Conker's Bad Fur Day. We got a box for Cruisin' USA and a box for Pilot Wing 64, and that's it. And I know for a fact that there are more Nintendo 64 games upstairs, at least 3 more. So let me jump up there and cut that in. All right, and then we have, I made cases for these games as well. Mario Party and Mario Party 2, Mario Party 3. for the Nintendo 64, and they're up here just because they should be with all the other Mario Party games. One of the ones up here. And we're back from that, and that's it. Thanks everyone for watching. See y'all next time. Bye.